Hi, everyone. I'm so glad you're here with me today. Let's talk about something you've probably never questioned. Have you ever really thought about whether snow is actually white? We all imagine a perfect, sparkling white blanket of snow, like the ones we see in holiday movies, when we build snowmen, or scroll through those Instagram-worthy winter scenes. It just seems so simple, right? But if you've ever paid close attention, you might have noticed that snow can look blindingly white in the bright sun, then suddenly glow with pink, orange, or even blue hues at sunrise or sunset. It's almost magical. That made me wonder, what's really going on here? Is snow truly white, or is there a hidden story behind its color that we don't usually think about? Today, we're going to dig into the science behind snow's color and find out why it sometimes surprises us with its beauty and variety. We'll explore what snow is actually made of, tiny ice crystals that come together in unique shapes and patterns, and learn why our eyes usually see it as white, even though it's made of clear ice. Plus, we'll discover some wild and unexpected examples where snow isn't white at all, like red watermelon snow, or even dirty, muddy snow in the city. Nature is full of surprises. By the end of this chapter, you'll be able to look at a snowy day with fresh eyes and a new sense of wonder. So, are you ready? Let's put on our detective hats and solve the fascinating mystery of why snow looks white. Before we dive into the fascinating world of snow's color, let's take a moment to really understand what snow is made of and how it forms. Snow might seem simple, but there's a lot more going on than meets the eye. Snow isn't just frozen rain. It's actually born high up in the clouds, where water vapor transforms directly into ice. This happens when the vapor finds a tiny speck, like a dust or pollen particle, to cling to. These microscopic particles act as the foundation for each snowflake. As the water vapor freezes, it forms a hexagonal ice crystal, the classic six-sided snowflake shape we all recognize. This unique geometry is a result of how water molecules arrange themselves as they solidify. As the crystal tumbles and drifts through the cold, moist air of the clouds, it collects more water vapor, growing larger and developing intricate branches. The temperature and humidity in the cloud shape each snowflake's pattern, making every single one unique. No two snowflakes are exactly alike. When snow finally falls to the ground, what we're seeing is actually billions upon billions of these delicate, transparent ice crystals, all piled together in a soft, sparkling blanket. There's also a surprising amount of air trapped between the crystals. This is what makes fresh snow feel so fluffy and light when you scoop it up, and why it crunches under your boots. So, snow isn't a solid white sheet at all. It's actually a collection of millions of clear glass-like crystals with plenty of air in between. That tiny, detailed structure is the key to understanding why snow looks the way it does, especially when it comes to its color. Next, let's explore how all those clear, tiny crystals and the air between them combine to create the brilliant white we see covering the ground. Onward. Here's the magic. If you look closely at a single snowflake, you'll see it's actually clear, almost like a tiny piece of glass. Each snowflake is made of pure ice, and on its own, it lets light pass right through, just like a window. But when sunlight hits a snowbank, something fascinating happens. The light doesn't just pass through, it bounces off millions of tiny crystal surfaces, scattering in every direction. This process is called scattering, and it's the secret behind snow's dazzling appearance. Sunlight is made up of all the colors of the rainbow, from red to violet. When it hits the snow, the crystals scatter every color equally, sending a mix of all those colors back out into the world. When all those colors bounce back to our eyes at the same time, our brains blend them together. The result? We see the color white, a combination of every color mixed perfectly. That's why a snowy landscape looks so brilliantly white and bright, even though each snowflake is made of clear, colorless ice. The effect is so strong, it can even make us squint on a sunny day. The same trick happens with other things too. A pile of sugar or salt looks white for the very same reason. The tiny grains are clear, but together they scatter light in all directions, making the pile appear white to our eyes. On the other hand, smooth ice, like the surface of a frozen lake, doesn't scatter light as much. That's why it can look blue, green, or even completely clear, depending on the light and what's underneath. But fluffy, freshly fallen snow is the ultimate light reflector. Its countless tiny crystals bounce sunlight in every direction, creating that magical glowing white blanket we see after a snowfall. So next time you see snow sparkling in the sun, remember, it's nature's magic trick, turning clear crystals into a world of brilliant white. Snow isn't always white. Sometimes it turns blue. On deep snowy days, you might notice a blue tint in the shadows or inside a snowbank. That's because deep snow absorbs more red light, letting blue light bounce back to your eyes. The deeper the snow, the bluer it appears, just like deep ocean water. You'll see this most clearly in glacier crevasses or deep holes in the snow. It's a reminder that snow is more than a blank canvas. It's a filter, revealing hidden colors. Next time you dig into a snowbank, look for that soft blue glow. Even familiar snow has secrets. Snow can even turn pink or red, known as watermelon snow. This happens in high mountains or polar regions, thanks to a type of green algae that produces a red pigment to protect itself from the sun. When these algae bloom, they tint the snow pink. A single teaspoon of watermelon snow can hold over 1 million algae cells. Snow can also turn yellow, brown, or orange when dust or sand from faraway deserts mixes in. Sometimes snow is a canvas for nature's wildest colors. It's a vivid reminder of how connected our planet is. Snow is never just plain white. I'll never forget a morning after a huge snowstorm at a mountain cabin. The world was silent, blanketed in deep, sparkling snow. As the sun rose, the snow glittered like millions of tiny diamonds. Later, at sunset, the same snow glowed pink and orange, reflecting the sky's colors. Shadows stretched blue across the snowfields. It was a living painting, changing every minute. That day, I realized snow's beauty isn't just in its whiteness, it's in how it interacts with light and the world around it. Snow is a mirror, a canvas, and a home for tiny, colorful life. It's simple and complex, all at once. Snow's color is always changing, just waiting for the right light to reveal itself. So, is snow really white? The answer, not exactly. Snow is made of clear ice crystals. Its whiteness is an illusion created by scattered sunlight. In deep snow, it can look blue. With algae, it turns pink. With dust, it can be yellow or orange. Snow is a dynamic part of our planet, reflecting light, life, and the atmosphere. Understanding this makes a snowy landscape even more magical. The science behind snow's color adds wonder to every winter scene. Next time you see snow, look for the subtle blues, the pinks, and the story behind the white. There's extraordinary science in the most ordinary things. Sometimes, all it takes is a closer look at a snowflake. The world is full of wonder, especially when it snows.